this next demonstration is how to move someone around on a bed who isn't able to help you very much at all. So for this demonstration, I need a second person. A second person helps reduce the potential for injury, both for the person that you're moving and for both the people who are helping that person move. Yvonne, of course, is my patient again. So in this case, this is for someone who really can't do much of anything for themselves. It's a position where the two people who are moving them are going to do all the work virtually. And in this case, you actually need 2 slide sheets. So Yvonne's a long way down the bed and we need to move her up the bed. And we do have the advantage of a hospital bed. So this bed's actually a little bit low, both for Claire and I. The bed ideally is about hip height. So we're going to put the height of the bed up for a start, which seems like a really slow process, but is important. It needs to be done.
Got to look after your back.
You do. Just as a sideline too, these sort of movements tend to take a lot of pressure off your back with slide sheets, but put a lot more pressure on your shoulders. So just be aware of that when you're moving someone around. So we've got 2 slide sheets this time, and we're going to use them lengthways. So you can do this 2 ways. You can either tuck 1 slide sheet in at a time, or you can put them both together. And I knew I'd do that. Lengthways. And they must go all the way from under Yvonne's heels, all the way up to at least under her neck, but preferably under her head. So we start off by just tucking these under. And if you can, you put them under places where there's a little bit of a natural crevice anyway. So underneath the ankles, the knees, the small of the back and Yvonne's neck. Okay, so we need to bend Yvonne's leg up just to make it easier for Yvonne to roll towards me. So knee under the back of the, or hand under the back of the knee and a hand under the foot. If the person you're moving isn't able to bend their knee, you can simply cross their ankles, but you must do one or the other, otherwise their feet will just slide over the edge of the bed. And arms go across the chest. So Claire, for this movement, I need your hands up like this and cupped, and they go on a hip and a shoulder, so and you get down. Like this. No. If you do this, you tend to dig your fingers in behind a hip and a shoulder, and then you can bruise the person that you're moving. And I take the bony bits coming towards me, so a knee and an elbow, and on the count of 3, we're going to roll towards me. Yvonne, we're just going to roll you towards me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So I take Yvonne's weight, and then Claire, if you can pull through the side sheets, please. This can be a little bit difficult. The further you can get them tucked through, though, the easier it is. Beautiful. And then just back onto Yvonne's back. Now I'm going to put a pillow at the head of the bed, because sometimes you can get a little bit over enthusiastic and the person can slide up the bed a little bit too far and hit their head on the top of the bed.
You don't want that.
No. So with this movement, it's a transfer of body weight. So you need to have a split stance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and you need to literally move your weight from your front foot to your back. If you can, you keep your arms as straight as possible so that it's your body weight that is doing all the work, not your arms, your shoulders and your back. So from the front foot to the back foot. So as you go back, that movement moves the person up the bed. You need to be careful though of being too close to walls too, so you don't run into a wall.
Yep.
So on the count of 3, we're going to go up the bed, Yvonne. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Now Yvonne's nicely bent up. We'll take that pillow back out. Lovely. And to go onto Yvonne's side, we can go either way in this situation because Yvonne's pretty much right in the middle of the bed. So again, it's a case of cupped hands. Which way would you like to lie, Yvonne? Go to that side. So Claire's going to push through with hands cupped, hip and shoulder again, and you need to get down nice and low.
Which way am I going?
So going towards me. So yep, hip towards me. So nice and low down, 1 hand on hip, 1 hand on shoulder.
Yep.
And I will pull. So again on the count of 3, and again it's a transfer of weight. Hands in nice and close to Yvonne's body. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now, if you'd like to tuck those sheets through for me, please. So you tuck the sheets through now so that once Yvonne's actually on her side, it's easy to pull them out. And in this situation, I'll get you to tuck both through, please. In this situation, you actually start from the bottom and move your way up. If you start pulling the slide sheets out from the top, you can pull the person back down the bed again. So there's two ways we can do this. We can either roll Yvonne all the way onto her side and make it really easy, or there's a second way, and that is for Claire to lean over and take these sheets and take some pressure off. But I think we'll do it so that Yvonne's right over on her side. So knee up again. And now this time Claire takes the bony parts because we're rolling towards Claire. So she takes elbow and knee. Yep. I cup my hands like this and I push. So again on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And Yvonne is comfortably on her side. And slide sheets come out. So then you use pillows to position behind their back, places like that, between their knees to help relieve the pressure. And that's how you move someone up the bed and onto their side. Thank you. Thanks, Yvonne.
Thanks, Claire.
So then you can put the height of the bed back down to normal level so that if they do happen to wiggle their way out, they don't get such an injury. Thanks.